Today I'm going to show you how to bring your Photoshop files into Flash, and I'm going to use an example of a very simple user interface for a Flash game, just to show you how things work here. I'm going to go into my Photoshop file. I have created this and there is a video available. Please email me for a link. But here it is, the file is completed, and it consists of the background, of a navigation, and contents. Now, background is simple. We just got two layers in there that compose the background. Contents is pretty simple as well. We have menu, title, and we have the picture, or the box for now. Now, navigation is going to be a little bit more complicated because of the fact that they have to roll over the buttons, right? When you roll over them, they have to change color. So I have two buttons in there, credits button and options button. Here's the options button, the credits button, and here's the options button. Each one of the buttons are identical except for they have different words. So I'm going to show you the credits button. When I open up the layer folder, I have two more folders in there. I have credits button up and credits button over. Up, if I hide that one, will show what's underneath it, which is the over stage. That's what I would have if I rolled over that button in Flash. The reason I have them all in layers is because if I want to make a movie clip of anything in Flash, when I import files into Flash, it's going to be easier to do that with layer styles, with layer folders, like I will show you. And each one of them just contains what makes up the layer, which I don't need separate by themselves. That's why they're in a folder. So both stages are in a bigger folder, that is the button itself. And the same for the options button. Roll over and the regular state up, and then the button itself. So now that I've prepared this and I've named everything, I'm going to save this file and I'm going to go to Flash. In Flash, I just have a brand new document open. I saved it as PSD to FLA just for the purpose of this tutorial. I always save the document before importing anything because Flash, doesn't like it when you import stuff without saving. It's probably has a better chance of crashing. But I haven't done anything to the file. I haven't set the stage size. I haven't brought in anything. The first thing I'm gonna do is gonna File, Import to Stage, or just hit Ctrl-R right there. Once I have that, I'll find the file that I saved, PSD to FLA, right there. I'm gonna open that. And do not click this OK just yet. This is the important part where Flash does the work for you. First thing you want to do is set stage size to the same as Photoshop canvas, and it even tells you how big your canvas is. You do want that, so it adjusts the stage size, so you don't have to do that. You also want to place layers at their original position, so you don't have to rearrange things since you already nicely arranged them in Photoshop. And then you have convert layers to flash layers and keyframes. Keyframes would be for animation. We're dealing with interface, so we'll use flash layers. Now we're ready to go in here. Background. I'm going to create a movie clip since it's a layer folder. I want both of these to be included into one symbol. I'm going to create a movie clip, and I'm going to name it background. Then I have the navigation button. I don't really need one symbol that has both of them in there, so I am not going to create a movie clip from this layer. However, I'm going to create a movie clip from each one of the buttons. So options button, create movie clip, and I'm going to name it options btn. It would be nice if we could have a check mark to throw this name right in here, but unfortunately for now we just have to type those in. Credits button, create movie clip from this layer, and type in credits btn. You want to make sure you camel case, there's no spaces, right? About naming conventions, please request another video. Now, I also want the rollover state, and that can be achieved if I go inside each button and save these out as separate movie clips. So I'm gonna click on Option, Button Up state, and go create movie clip from this layer, and I'm gonna name it just exactly like that. Options, Button Up, and then this one will be create movie clip options button over. That's for the rollover. I will do the same for credits button up and credits button over. Now I can check. I have navigation, not a movie clip, but the stuff that's in it. Movie clip with 2 movie clips that go inside of it, and then another movie clip with 2 movie clips that are gonna go inside of it. So these are all set. You can see the movie clip icons there. The last one is contents. Now I don't want those two to be on the same in the same symbol. So I'm gonna select this one by itself, and I'm gonna click flatten a bitmap image. That's if you want to just flatten it and have it so, but we actually have something going on there that's got a glow effect on it, on the text and on the box. So we're gonna go editable text or vector outlines. Alright, and it creates a movie clip for this layer. We're gonna name it title menu. This one's gonna be the box. Since this one has a glow around it, we're gonna add the same thing, editable paths and layer styles, so that the glow doesn't grab onto the background. And instance names is gonna be box MC, for example. We do not need to make a separate movie clip out of this layer. So now that we're done, we're gonna hit OK. And you wait a little bit for Flash to sort things out. It's actually doing all the work for you right now. It's asking you one or more library items already exist in the document, which is strange because I already had everything set to new one, but I do not ever want to replace existing documents when I'm just bringing a new file in and I got things in there. So I'm going to hit OK for don't replace, and it resolved the convention, the namings. Now in the library, we're here in the library right now. You should have this PSD to FLA PSD assets. You have assets for every single thing that you've created. Alright? You have movie clips and you have bitmaps and everything. So look through everything you have. There's a lot of files. Now, what you're going to be only using is movie clips. So if you don't like how the files are arranged all in little folders, pull out all the movie clips into the main root folder if you want to. Alright, at this point I'm going to save the document. And I'm going to deselect everything. I'm going to check that things move around. Alright. You will also see that things that you had in folders are in folders on your timeline. Things that you didn't have in folders will not be in folders. The layer 1 will be there simply because you have created, there was a first layer there, so we're just going to put it on top and use it for ActionScript 3. So there we go, AS3. Now for timeline setup for the user interface, please see another movie. You can request that, or it might already be available. All right, so that's how you take Photoshop files into Flash.